water. The issue for all of us is what is true.
Yeah, but in their cases, it's early stage senility, I think.
But it's very easy to write it off like that. If I just said that was the same of atheism, you want a comfort.
Not, I mean, no, but what comfort does atheism give you?
It gives you the comfort that you never have to meet God.
Here are two reputed Oxford professors, Peter Atkins and John Lennox, discussing on the subject of religion and science. Atkins presents his case that religion is nothing more than hallucination, and calls coming to faith in Christ as the early stage of senility. Watch how John Lennox brilliantly responds to his arguments.
I think humanity should be deeply proud that it has worked through the primitive stage of understanding, which is absolutely essential for the intellectual advance of humanity. They had to go through the demons phase, they had to go through the angels phase. But having emerged from it by showing the power of collective thought, building bridgeheads on firm foundation, relying upon objective evidence rather than just subjective hallucination, mankind is getting to understand everything about its environment, and I think that's wonderful.
But Peter, we can't reverse history, as you say, but we can reverse it on the personal level. There's a book sitting right there called The Language of God by Francis Collins. He started off in atheism. His slate was written on by atheism to start with. And he came to the conclusion, as people like C.S. Lewis did, and Alistair McGrath, who was here, did, and many other people did, that the evidence for God is so strong that they abandoned their atheism. And I have seen this happen in colleagues and friends of mine. So I just think your argument doesn't hold water. The issue for all of us is what is true.
Yeah, but in their cases, it's early stage senility, I think.
But it's very easy to write it off like that. If I just said that was the same of atheism, you want a comfort.
Not, I mean, no, but what comfort does atheism give you?
It gives you the comfort that you never have to meet God.
I know this is largely a theological discussion, in which case we don't need to be clear about what we're talking about.
Oh, yes, we do.
But since we actually want it to
That's
be
very unfair to say that. Some of the greatest minds in history have been theological minds.
Wasted, I'm afraid. St. Augustine, fantastic mind, totally wasted. I think where science would be now if he'd spent his time.
But if there is a God, Peter, his mind has not been wasted. The shoe's on the other foot. So the thing that concerns me is the truth of the matter.
The wings on the other shoulder, I think.
The wings on the other shoulder, if you like to put it that way.
Atkins presents his case that humanity has advanced to a stage where we no longer need God. He asserts that the primitive age of believing in angels and demons is over, and humanity should be proud of her own achievements. But Lennox argues his case for God, that throughout the centuries, numerous and notable intellectual human beings have abandoned atheism for theism. For instance, Galileo, the hero of modern science, came to the conclusion while studying science that the laws of nature are written by the hands of God in the language of mathematics. Galileo clearly understood that the universe was rational and mathematical, and that the order he observed through creation could only be explained through the existence of an intelligent creator.
If we, in the end, come to the conclusion that that an external intelligence must have done it, then we will have to accept that.
Would you be prepared to accept that?
No, because I think that...
I thought you said we'd have to.
Yeah, but I'm going to be...
So your atheism doesn't depend on your science then?
Oh, it does. But it also, I think it would show, if we had to impose intelligence at some point, it would show that we run up against a wall of having insufficient intelligence to
But why should it, Peter? What would be the difference in me lifting up your book and saying that implies that whatever physical processes are behind this book, there's an intelligence behind it?
Because it's lazy. And it's a false analogy. It's a false analogy.
It's not lazy.
Well,
how is it a false analogy?
Well, it's both lazy and a false analogy.
It's the only explanation that makes sense of this book.
Of a book, I agree.
Yes, it's not lazy.
No, but you're talking about a book. And then
I'm thinking of DNA.
Yeah, that's
well, where's the
analogy.
falsity of the analogy?
That's the
DNA is a longer word than Peter Atkins.
Yeah, but I didn't put a lot of words into a bucket, stir them round, and hope that they
Exactly.
fall. And so,
exactly.
Well, theologians rush in where scientists hesitate to tread. And
I haven't noticed any hesitation of the scientists rushing in.
You rush in with an explanation, which is that there's a God who did it. I say.
But I'm not saying that's an exhaustive explanation. Nor am I saying it's a scientific explanation. What I'm saying is the whole study, the mathematics, what we've discovered points towards a mind. Let's get on with elaborating, elucidating the mechanisms. My belief in God doesn't stop that going on at all. You're claiming that it ought to or it should. It makes it more fascinating, not less fascinating.
Well, what can I say?
Exactly. What can he say? In Atkins' own words, he can't simply accept any intelligent mind behind the intelligibility of the universe. We can judge if his argument is rational or irrational. The fact that scientists are able to do science itself proves the rationale intelligibility of the universe. Therefore, the advancement in the field of science proves necessarily the reality of the existence of an intelligent creator behind the universe. Thanks for watching. God bless you.